John, I just learned people really suck at counting. Are you seeing the comments? Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Not what?
7, 4. Well, they didn't go and pull out the extra components to count. So they probably were stuck like at 5 because they were holding their beer with the other hand.
Man, oh man, oh man. DJs, DJs, DJs.
We love DJs,
I
man.
know, right? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Gear It First official big ass summer giveaway. I've not come up with a name for this, so we're just going to call it a big old summer
Big,
giveaway.
no, no, you said big ass, and I believe big ass would be a more.
It's a very great name. Guys, I am here with the super cool, awesome, high five, Mr. John Young of the Disc Jockey News. Guys, if you are not familiar with John Young, you need to point your browser over to Disc Jockey News on YouTube, and it's djnTVinsider.com, correct, John?
That's one of our websites that gets us into the realm of what we do.
So, John, in a nutshell, tell people what you do. What is it that you do in the industry that gives us all marshmallowy goodness?
Well, we still do this weird thing called print a newspaper. I mean, that's so old at passion, but yeah, we still have our newspaper. But that's what we started out with, and then we evolved that into our social media world. And right now, today, most of our traffic is on the different videos that we do, our live shows that we do a couple of times a week. And then we have, of course, coverage of the different conventions where we go in and talk to guys like Arnaldo about the new gear and bring those videos to you to show you about what's hot, what's going to be coming out, and something that might be of interest to you down the road.
Guys, John was one of the first people that I actually started learning from. And I've said this multiple times, the Northern DJ Convention to this day is still the best convention or set of conventions that I've been to. 2005, I think, or 6 was the last one.
Well, we had 7, but I think the one you came up to was, what is it, 5? I think 5 is where you came up to Minneapolis.
Yeah, well, we did, I think, 2 or 3 that were in Minneapolis. I remember one of the last ones was with Brian Dodge and Brian Flanagan and Michael Port, and that's the basis that I started pretty much doing the business plan for Forest Schools only. So, John, you're a pretty big deal in the industry. I know that you were just indicted into the Mobile Beat Hall of Fame 2 years ago, right?
Yep, they did. They brought me into that and made me feel like a really old guy really quick.
So, guys, today we are going to get John's perspective. I mean, he's not only been in the DJ industry for some time, but he's been the backbone of learning and teaching other people in this industry, doing things that really nobody else has. John was one of the first ones doing the live streams, having a successful newspaper that people actually read with good content, not just fluff. So, John, I'm sure you've picked up quite a bit of things about DJs and maybe things that DJs can think about to help them improve themselves, not just among the industry, but amongst their peers as well.
Their peers and maybe their family, community, friends. Yeah, there's a lot of little things you pick up over the years that are just things you like. If these guys would just know.
All right. So how many things are on the list of things that John has learned?
I made a short list of just 5 things. I didn't want to take up a ton of time tonight because I like to keep things short and quick so you guys can get to the important stuff, which is the drawings that you're going to be doing throughout the next number of shows you've got coming up.
Yeah. So let's start with, let's start with the first one then.
Yep, let's start. We'll just jump right into the top. The first one that was something that I don't think a lot of DJs know is what I wanted to come in from this perspective, is that the behind the scenes of the DJ industry isn't as glamorous and as exciting as a lot of people would like to think, especially when you get into doing DJ conventions and DJ shows and you're seeing these big booths and all the setup and things. And I've talked to DJs who are like, oh my God, that must be so much fun. Or when you're getting ready to go up on stage at these different events and they're like, oh my gosh, that must be so much. No, it's a lot of boredom. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of drudgery. And by the end of the day, you want to talk to no one. You just want to slap somebody right in the side of the head and tell them to shut up and sit down.
What do you think has been worse, dealing with people or dealing with the fact that Las Vegas has the absolute worst internet in all of America?
Internet's obviously a big one. Probably the thing I can almost live with the internet. It's really when you get the expectation that people, you've got these limitations, whether it's that gear isn't arrived, this isn't here, this isn't there, something, and people expect it right now when it's absolutely physically or whatever impossible to do. and they're sitting in their couch over there in over there, not doing a darn thing, but they're getting ticked off because Arnaldo and I are trying to broadcast from Las Vegas, and we can't for whatever reason. Maybe it's because the place has got the Atlantic City. They're talking over the speakers, like, okay, we should be going. Can't do it. Okay. Oh, now they're talking again, and then people just get pissed at us. It's like, guys, you don't realize the crap we have to put up with to bring this stuff to you. Whether it's these little short segments that Arnaldo and I are trying to do, and we're getting there, and okay, we're ready to record. Arnaldo, ready? Here's the opening. And then the booth next to us just cranks up this crap.
Oh, God.
It's like, dang
Yes.
it. I mean, we don't want to mention any names, but there's, this has happened to us more than once at a show. So the stuff behind the scenes, behind the camera is just as absolute boring and crappy as probably everything else is in life. It's just, when the camera goes on, you smile and you make sure that no one knows the crap we just went through to make it happen.
Exactly. And I don't think a lot of DJs have yet kind of drawn the parallel of that. We always tell brides, oh, you think that what we do is so much fun and so easy, but there's so much preparation and behind the scenes. We got to prepare music. We got to come up with scripts, blah, 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 blah. But then these are the same guys that will be like, well, can you improve the video quality? No, it's not quite that easily. Or, well, why didn't the stream start on time? I had to wait 3 minutes. I actually got an email from somebody. I had to wait 3 minutes for the live stream to start. Can we improve that? Well, you're more than welcome to come on over and pay, because last time I checked, it's
okay.
free.
Okay, this is the additional rant here. So we do these videos and they're free. You guys get to see all of our videos for free. This past week we have had technical issues. Right behind this is my backup laptop that we're doing this with. Right behind is a $4,000 iMac. That sucker was built for doing video work. It worked great for a year and a half. Now the dang thing is almost a big paperweight.
Oh.
There's $4,000 sitting right there that I'm probably going to have to go and replace. And then I get people complaining, why are there ads on your videos, man? I like them without videos. It's like, damn it, $4,000 right there I put into that, plus that device that captures that, plus these microphones that capture, plus this camera that I'm talking to. There's like $5 or $6 grand sitting here, and it's a paperweight. I've got a little MacBook. That's what I'm having to stream this week because that isn't working. Oh, did I mention the software we have to buy?
No kidding.
Yeah, complaining because there's ads in our videos.
I never understood that. And this part isn't DJ related because I think it hits everything. When Hulu started charging for ads, people were complaining about that. Like, I can't believe I have to pay for, I'll have to pay for a service for Hulu, and then there's ads. Well, you guys pay for basic cable, and there's way more ads in basic cable than were on Hulu. Or if you're paying for a DJ magazine, like a full subscription price, half of those pages are nothing but ads.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, that's the business model in the print industry. If the publication isn't at 50% ads, they are not making the money they need to be in business. So when you're going through and you're looking at, it's like, oh, why is this, so many ads? Hey, I get this old house as an example. I'm going through, and all these magazines there's 50% ads. Now it might be a Viagra ad, it might be a Cialis ad, it might be that kind of stuff. But that's the business model. If you don't like it, then yeah.
No, exactly. Why do you think that is? Why is it that people are okay seeing ads and things they pay massive amounts of money for, but in the free stuff, if there's an ad, they kind of freak out?
I don't know if this is in the DJ industry, and I don't want to be beating up DJs, but really that's pretty much what Arnaldo said I get to do tonight.
Yeah.
I have another channel that's outside the DJ industry, and it has ads, a plethora of ads in everything we do, and people are welcome. They welcome that because they know that this is what's paying the bills. I don't have people complaining about that because they understand that in order for us to bring the newest products in that field to them, that they're going to probably see ads. They're going to go there, and I actually have people who go on our website and click off the Amazon ad to go buy things just so that they can throw an extra cents our way, which floors me. DJs, on the other hand, would be offended, and I would get some hate mail. Not all, don't get me wrong. Now we're talking a small percent, but they're a very vocal small percent that really really take and kind of rip your heart out to a point. And maybe that might sound a little extreme, but it really does. When you put your heart into creating content and developing things that are going to give value, it isn't like a person's creating things just to steal money. There are those in our industry, don't get me wrong, but Arnaldo's putting out a good product that's going to help you make money, and we're putting out videos that will help you make money, and we're just asking for a little help in being able to continue to do these things. And yet there's some guys, we've got a great crew of people who are very supportive of what we do.
Absolutely.
But it's that one bad apple that can really just ruin a person's day. So that's why I really appreciate, the Robins and the Howies and Jimmy and the other folks who are just there and supported, because you guys are the reasons why we keep doing the things that we do. And without that, Arnaldo and I'd probably be out selling real estate or something.
No, absolutely. So
that was one.
Yeah, right? No kidding. Well, and it's funny because a lot of people don't realize that YouTube, the reason we complain or really rant on about this is because YouTube's making this harder for content creators. Guys, in case you don't know, YouTube no longer does the ads or anything like that. Basically, it's how many comments or how many shares there are in a video. You could have the most popular video channel, and all of a sudden, it just tanked. And that's what happens to a lot of content creators. Some of the big-time content creators stop making YouTube videos because YouTube's making it harder and harder to really bring this content out to you. So, John,
and just let me finish with that one, Arnaldo. That's a great point. And you guys are in the chat room right now making comments, and believe it, we love that. But the negative thing with the live chats is that those comments are gone. If you get a chance, if you really like some of the videos or something, after the video is over, make sure you give it a thumbs up during the time. And I don't even care. You can give it a thumbs down. Truthfully, YouTube looks at a thumbs up or thumbs down the same way. So if you hey, you hate it, good, give us a thumbs down, please. We just want the interaction. But if you really, really like it and you want to be helpful, interact after the video is done in the comments below, because that's where the gold is. And there's a whole series of things that I've talked about in video of how to make it so that your comment really helps the channel and boosts it. That's why you see on all these big channels now, they're saying, hey, tell me what you think. Put it down in the comments below. Do you like my blue socks, or do you like my yellow socks? I like the yellow ones, but what do you think? Put it down below. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
It's all because that engagement after the live stream is what really drives YouTube and saying, ooh, look at the engagement. We must give them more views because they must know something. And then advertisers will advertise there.
Absolutely. So, John, what is the next thing that you have learned about DJs from working in the news DJ industry?
So we meet DJs from around the country, and when you're meeting new DJs and such, and it's probably I don't notice it as much today as I did probably 5 years ago or such, but really most DJs are just really full of crap. And when I said it earlier, I used a different terminology and such for that, but we're going to keep it a little cleaner for this round. But when they come in and they're telling you about what they do and this and that, they're embellishing on their skills. Hey, mm-hmm. I'm not going to judge you. If you come in and you say, hey, John, I do one show a year and I want to grow my business, I'm going to respect that and I'm going to help you. When somebody comes in and says, yeah, I do 10 shows a week and I've got 50,000 weddings under my belt and 2 bazillion songs and I can bench press my weight 14 times. This is awesome. And it's like, dude, shut up. I'm talking to you and I can tell just by our conversation that you don't have that skill and ability. A lot of you probably don't know. I spent a lot of time studying psychology. So when we're talking and such, I'm really just starting to analyze of what kind of things you are mentally capable of. Some people fool you. Most people don't. You can kind of see and say, wow, that's just not possible. So one of the things I learned, and I was taking DJs for face value much more when I first started in this and when we first started the Disc Jockey news. Nowadays, basically, it's gotten to the point in some cases where you're going to have to basically prove that you're full of crap before I'm going to believe what you're saying to me.
Yeah. So, now that you've kind of brought that up, let me ask you this, because obviously, you've put on conventions, you have to hire people to be your writers. I have been pushing for DJs. Stop believing everybody that says they're an expert. They can't just talk the talk. They need to walk the walk, which is why a lot of people, whether it's, I'll say myself or Randy Bartlett or Peter Mary, you always see content that they have. They have their own gig logs. They actually have, proof that they do what they do. You know, with other people, they may say, well, we charge this much per wedding. It's really hard to figure out how much they really charge, but you can at least see from the content that they have online that, yes, you know, they are good at what they do. There is proof of them working. But there's too many DJs just believing every single person that comes in like a false prophet saying, I have the keys to the kingdom. Well, do you have proof? Do you have any proof that you're any good? Why should I listen to you if you don't have any proof? So how do you, I mean, what is your criteria? How do you find out when somebody says, hey, John, I want to write for you, or I wanted to speak, you know, back when you had your convention, I want to speak at the convention. How do you quantify the amount of talent or the value they actually can bring in the DJ industry based on their real talents?
A lot of it just is doing research, especially nowadays. It's so much easier to do research than it was 15 years ago. But I can go and spend a little time looking online, and now my network of people. You know, if there's somebody that I think is going to be someone you would know, I'm going to call and say, hey, Ronaldo, what do you think of this person? Have you heard of them? Oh, yeah, whatever. So there's ways of finding out about them. Mm-hmm. Criteria, basically, if in this day and age, really, I'm going to be looking for a level of integrity first. Now that doesn't always pan out, but that's what I like to be able to have, as far as people who are someone that I can trust to represent what we do. Now, over the years, I've had people that I've worked with and they've been involved in and such, and it's like this is just I'm looking back and saying, you know, wow, I messed up there. This is an area in which I probably need Lori involved more, because she's got a much better gut instinct about people than I do. And off camera, we can talk about some of the people that she has said, I will never work with them. And, you know, she's been right. She's been right more than once. So, wow. So really it's looking for the integrity, the knowledge. Obviously that's important, that they have knowledge in the industry. They can walk the walk, but in some cases they can still teach about things and talk about things that they have an expertise or a knowledge in that might be beneficial to, say, if they're into sales, in an area of sales. They might not be the greatest DJ, but if they have some sales skills, maybe they have a master's in sales. There's a few folks that we work with that have that. They can stay in their area and they can talk about things. As long as they can talk about things and be able to share information that's going to have value to the reader and kind of fit in, we're in good shape. But when we have people who are just there basically to use the pages or the blog or what have you as a personal gripe session about someone, yeah, they haven't been with us too long, and we've moved on.
So if, let's say, a DJ would come up and say, John, how does the end user, how do they know who to listen to and who's full of crap? I mean, are there any telltale signs as to who's the real deal?
Boy, that's a very, very tough one, because even some of the people that we see in that are very, very popular or have been very popular over the years in the DJ industry and have a lot of followers who basically are going to, you know, I don't want to say worship everything they say and do, but that's out there. Some of them in this modern DJ world, I guess you would kind of consider possibly kind of full of crap when it comes to it. There isn't a litmus test, unfortunately. I think it becomes a situation where you have to find someone that you trust who's been around for a while and do some checking, do some asking. Is this person, a legitimate person that is worthy of this respect? You mentioned Randy Bartlett, and we're going to pick on Randy a little bit. Randy would be one. If somebody would come up and say, hey, John, is he someone I should learn performance skills from the MC side? Oh my gosh, yes. If somebody come up and say, hey, is Randy a good one to learn some of the business side of it? Sales, yes. Keeping track of different things and time management, probably not. You know, everyone has their strengths, and I've been around long enough to know some of them, and you've been around long enough to know there's not a rule of thumb besides networking with DJs and learning and expanding that network to try to find out who's legit and who's kind of shady.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, I think we'll all get burned at some point trying to figure out who's who, but I can tell you I have. I'm sure you have. Everybody has some point.
Oh, for sure.
So,
and there's it. Yeah.
So what, okay, so that's the second. What is the third thing you have learned from working as the deliverer of news to the disc of
Third
jockeys?
thing, and again, we're going to go negative one more time because we just can't quite get enough of that. One thing with the DJ world, and I even, as I've been doing consulting with some of the small businesses in the area here and working in these small towns, I find that the DJ industry has a high proportionate of very lazy people. Mm-hmm. That basically... they've talked about this at DJ conventions. They would much rather be fed the fish than teach you how to catch fish. They would rather hey, give me a routine rather than here's how you design a routine. What they just would rather sit and watch a YouTube video and watch Arnaldo mixing and then watch this person mixing, then this person mixing, instead of getting off their duff and going and trying and practicing, putting the time in, doing the work it takes. Oh my God, I can't sell my show in my area. Well, have you gotten out and talked to any venues? Have you networked with anybody? Have you gotten off your butt? Have you gotten out of your house? Have you even made a dang phone call?
Yes.
No,
Preach.
no, we don't do any of that. We just sit on our butt and whine. And again, this isn't every DJ. That's what really separates the DJs who are out there killing it and making this a very profitable thing, and the DJs who are basically sitting at home whining about the others, oh my gosh, everyone's taking my gigs. Yes, it happens that way when your butt has this imprint on the couch that never changes. Get off that couch, go out and see people, get a shave and a haircut, become presentable, and get out there and network. It's not that difficult. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's home on a Saturday night is this person. I'm home most Saturday nights nowadays, and that's by choice because let's face it, I've got a busy schedule during the week. On weekends, if I'm going to be doing something, I want to be doing it with my family. This past weekend, we went out and we sat at a little lake and ate chicken strips by the lake, and then we went and played on a playground. That was my weekend. And you know what? That was a hell of a good weekend. I've done weddings where I've gotten done and I've gotten a big paycheck, and I've hated myself afterwards because it's like, I let my family down this weekend. It's a beautiful weekend. We could have done something. Yeah. So
let the record show that John did not bring any chicken strips for the rest of us watching.
I didn't. Oh my God, I didn't get popcorn. I didn't bring chicken strips.
I bet you would have had 3 times the number of signups if we were giving away free chicken strips.
No kidding. And
or chicken stripping, like cluck, 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 cluck.
Now, how do we manage to tie that back into the chickens in the backyard?
Right. There was something they actually said a few minutes ago, and it reminded me of Peter Mary's rant. And I think that's something that DJs really, if there's anything you're going to take away from this live stream, is this. If you're going to invest in educational materials, first, definitely do it. Good. But don't just jock everything that you see on the educational material. Do you remember Peter Mary went on a huge rant about that? How he showed how he did something. And the whole concept of that seminar was that people would tie their own style into it. Instead, what he saw was a bunch of people tagging Peter in the video of them literally taking everything right down to the script. I mean, word by word. DJs, when we're out there, whether it's John, myself, or Peter, Randy, Mike Anderson, especially with the Gobo stuff that he's doing, it's not just copy and paste. It's integrated into your existing business plan. Put your style into it. But you can't just directly copy and paste and expect to have the same results.
And I think the phrase that we like to use with that is make it your own. And I understand when you're trying to do something. Okay, I just watched Peter do it, and he went 1 + 2 + 3 = 6. Okay, well, I want to come up with 6 like Peter did. So the first time I might do it like Peter does. Then I'm going to add some things to it and change it as I go. I just can't believe the DJs who are so stupid that, okay, Peter did it 1 + 2 + 3 = 6. Then they're going to record themselves doing 1 + 2 + 3 = 6 and basically put it up there and say, see, I'm just as good as Peter, instead of saying, I'm going to do it this way. Next week, I'll do it different. And then record it about a month later and say, hey, Peter very inspired me. This is how it's coming together.
Yep.
One of them is basically just somebody being kind of a jerk and a copycat. It's just really kind of belittling the process. The other is someone who's going to take something and tweak it a little bit. And you know what? Peter can possibly learn from the tweaks you made. He might say, whoa, I never thought of that. But one is going to help the industry grow, and the other one's a leech on the industry. Just saying.
Absolutely. So that's 3. What is the 4th thing that you have learned while delivering news to the jockeys of discs?
DJs around, and this goes for mobile DJs, more probably bedroom DJs, and some of the club guys. Free is something that they're always striving for. They want to try to find the free. They want to find the cheapest. And as you give them free and cheap, DJs will encourage you to the point of they'll encourage the bloodletting to the point of basically killing. It's like a bunch of little vampires out there. Mm-hmm. They will suck every little bit of blood from you. And as soon as you're done, you become this dried up, this husk, then they go on to the next one. And you see this as you're going through YouTube channels and you're watching DJs who have started out and they start putting out content and they're doing these things and you're seeing their production value go up and you see all of a sudden they bought a nice camera and they're doing this, do that. All of a sudden they're out there and they've got so much invested into it. And there's no return because everybody wants those videos for free. And they're, keep coming. I love your videos. Make sure they're every 47 minutes. I want another video and do these different things. And they will do that. We're going to go back to the DJ shows. Arnoldo mentioned that we've put on many DJ shows, and we have done those over the years. We haven't done one for quite a while because they're basically incredibly expensive, and there isn't a lot of financial return for doing them anywhere but Las Vegas or Atlantic City. That's the reality of the situation. So we haven't done one. And yet I will have some people who will, not some of our supporters who are there to financially support. These are people who don't subscribe. They aren't part of the DJ and TV Insider area. Basically, they're people who are just like, hey, I live here. Can you put a show in my backyard so I don't have to travel and I don't have to pay a lot? It's like, okay, you're going to, and they continue, can you do it? How about this year? How about this year? And they work you, and they're trying to basically get you to the point so they can have this free educational concept in their backyard, knowing that it's going to probably cost someone. I mean, our Dallas event, and I've been very open with this, that particular event, when we finished that up and we wrote out the final check, we were like $26,000 down. That's what that event cost me above expenses. So after the show, I'm headed to the bank to go out and take a second mortgage on our house for the $26,000. That's the kind of stuff these shows can do. And yet you'll have DJs who they've heard me tell the story, they know that happens, and yet they're going to continue to say, well, John, if you really want a successful show, you should bring it down here to, Bloomington, Illinois. This is a hot spot for DJs. What? No. Well, how about here up in Minot, North Dakota? There's going to be some DJs showing up for that. They'll come way out. So free in the DJ world, you guys, I would just wish more would understand that free isn't free. Is somebody's bleeding to bring you that content, and it's going to eventually kill them if there isn't some changes in that whole concept.
Yep. Before we do the last one, I think maybe we should go ahead and do the giveaway. What do you think, John?
Okay, we can definitely do that.
All right, I just sent you the CSV file. If you can open in a text editor, copy and paste, and I'll explain everybody what's going on real quick.
Yeah, you copy. I'm working on.
All right, guys. So let me explain to you what we're doing. When I came up with this contest, and if you guys are just tuning in, boy, good timing. So basically. I have several shows, a ridiculous amount of shows coming up. Some of them haven't even been scheduled yet because I want to get the person of each company to come in and teach you guys something new. And let me go over the list of amazing vendors and people that have donated something while John gets that. What we're doing is basically we submit everything to a list. We put it in random.org/list. You guys can check that out. And the reason that we're doing it this way as opposed to using a built-in software is because I know a lot of you guys. John knows a lot of you guys. Some of you guys have worked with me or bought Master School Dances from me or from John, or maybe have bought the product of the person that's doing the giveaway. I don't want anybody saying shenanigans. So I'm letting the speaker or whoever's, on the other side as often as possible basically have the winner using random.org. So I'm exporting the list out from MailChimp, which is the system we use, and they send it over there. You must be in here when we give it away. Now, let's real quick talk about some of the prizes. Again, today's obviously with Disc Jockey News. Tomorrow, I'm going to be tuning in with Greg D of Your DJ Drops, Your DJ Sites. Dude is awesome at branding. He's worked with a lot of DJs with branding. I'm sure he's going to rant about the insane amount of copyright theft that he has seen, or credit card theft. So he's going to give you some tips on how not to get suckered into that, but also how to create unique branding that's going to stand out for your website or your brand in general. Let's see, on the 21st, Master School Dances. Well, basically, I'm going to be talking to you about booking school dances now. Right now is when you should be booking homecomings. Technically, it was before school ended, but hey, if you're late to the game, it's still not too late. So we're going to talk about that. And actually, when I do the Your DJ Drops, Greg's giving away $150 towards Power Packs 1 through 6. So you're going to get a boatload of drops. On the 21st, we're going to be giving away a Master School Dances subscription. If you already have the Master School Dances videos, you'll get something else. We'll figure that out. Probably like consulting time or something fun. And we're also going to have 2 more winners. They're going to get a pair of Marathon DJH 1200 headphones. So big thanks to Marathon about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about road cases and why you need them and the best way to choose the right road case. Then we
Nice.
have Audio Technica. We're going to talk about differences in mics and headphones because there's many kinds of headphones, many kinds of microphones. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, how to choose the right one, not just for your style, but also for your voice. And they're going to be winning. We're going to have 2 people winning a pair of ATH M50X headphones. Dude, those sound incredible. Let's see. After that, we have Pro Gobo. We're going to talk about choosing the right gobo. Guys, there's plenty of different kinds of gobos, how thick they are, what they're cut with, glass, steel, cooling, transparencies, made at home. And the winner is going to be an international contest. They're going to win a free gobo. So, woohoo. Then we have ADJA. We're going to talk about understanding DJ insurance. John, I'm sure you've seen people just don't understand DJ insurance in general. So we're going to be doing a big discussion about choosing the right insurance with Drax, and they're going to win a 1-year national ADJ membership. Then we have MobileBeat. We're going to talk about tips for corporate events, and they're going to win a MobileBeat 22 pass. Then on the 29th, we have Mike Anderson, and we're going to talk about advanced projection techniques. Mike started basically using a projector to create unique gobos, and it's grown so much beyond that because of software like Grand VJ and Media Master. Now these people are projector mapping gobos, logos, doing video, and the tools 3.0 download, which is what he's giving away. It's an incredible tool to have. And we still have to schedule Arceus. Get this, John. Actually, we'll do Arceus last, and I'll cover that in a second. We have Ultimate Ears. They're doing a line driver. It's made for in-ear monitors, but I use them with my V-Moda. Sounds amazing. Global Trust America is doing the Ultimate Trust Kiosk. This thing is huge. It's an awesome gift. And basically, I don't want to give too much away on it, but you definitely want to tune in. That's one of my favorite prizes. I mean, they're all great prizes, but this is something that's really cool because I got to design this one. So, X-Laser is doing that Caliente Aurora. Guys, if you're not familiar with the Aurora series, it's badass. You get some thick beams, great liquid skies out of that. Eliminator Lighting is giving away a Katana LED. Electro Voice is doing a pair of the ZLX 15P speakers. And we all know how great the ZLXs sound. Pangolin's doing an FB3 and a Quick Show license. Ariba is giving pretty much an all-in-one backpack. It carries your laptop, iPad, DJ gear. It's a great backpack. My son has it and he loves it. And Arceus is doing, how to pull it up, they're doing a Grand VJ XT and a Media Master license giveaway.
Wow.
Right?
So this is going to eat your whole summer. Are you going to have time to get to DJ Expo?
I don't know what the hell I got myself into.
It's like, dang, one show with each one. It's like, okay, well, when Arnold gets done with that, then he and I will come back and do the Christmas special.
Like, what was I thinking? and I got a whole bunch more vendors like, hey, we're interested. I'm like, hold up. We may have to like section this off a little bit. So real quick, John, tell us a little bit about Disc Jockey News, the price that you're giving away.
What we're going to be doing is we have got, of course, the print edition that goes out each and every month. And then we have a lot of folks who are using our e-edition, but they like to have it so they can download it to put it on their e-reader. Some people will print out, especially multi-system operators, will print out some of the articles. So we have a lifetime access, which is basically access to every article and every newspaper from beginning, which would be October of 2004. The lifetime gives you that all the way up through whenever I die. You're going to get every issue. So right now, let's see, 2004. So you've got 13 years times 12. So we're going to be pushing close to 200 issues that are out there. You could download those. And I know people who have put those all on their iPad, and it took one guy, he said, a month to read. And he went, wow, boom, 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 boom. And he took a month because he was traveling a lot. So that was what he did.
I was going to say, he must be in the bathroom for a long time.
Oh, exactly. That's it. No, it was the airports and airplanes and such, which is a lot of dedication because sometimes some DJ writers are good, but not all are at the same level. So some you have to put more thought into to follow some of their trains of thought. That was a lot of dedication, and I tip my hat. So that's what you'll be getting is a lifetime access, and that is $125 on our website. You can pop out there and people buy that. We just had a couple more sign up a couple of days ago, but we'll be giving that away tonight.
That is awesome. So, real quick, before we do the prize, let's talk about DJ Insider. Tell everybody about DJ Insider.
Well, what the DJNTV Insider is, and that's DJNTVinsider.com. That is our area where we have additional things for members. And we've been talking a lot about, that we create the things, and then, the DJNTV are a group of people who really believe in what we do, and they want to support what we do. So it's a monthly membership area, and they're either pledging, $5, $10, $20 a month, and we have people at all three levels. And then there's some different perks with that. One of the biggest perks is we have a Facebook group that has a lot of our writers and some of our DJ and TV people, and we have a couple of other kind of experts from in the industry. And when people ask questions, this is a safe spot to ask questions, and you will get an answer. And I know from some of our outside experts, we'll call them, they're giving much more in-depth answers here than they would anywhere else, because first off, it's a safe area, and they know that their information is going to people who are genuinely interested in improving the industry. Mm-hmm. So for some people, that Facebook group is what that's what they want. They don't care about the rest of it. There are some specific training videos that we have on where we've done some videos on music, picking music from the different eras that you must have. We've got, I think, about 50, 60 videos that are in that area, and we add a couple of those during the winter season. I add about 2 a month to that area. We have some webinar things that we do in that area where people can come in and watch a webinar that's going to be a show that will be edited and put up later, but they get to come and they get the behind the scenes version of it. So they're in the webinar room with us, not on TV, on the screen, but they're seeing the backside of it, the stuff that, when we go to commercial, they're with us and they can see. And that's Absolutely. Kind of a cool little thing. People kind of like that. And then we have the final area is we do music charts. Our music charts that we do in the newspaper each month, we take those and we update those every week. We've got 3 different charts that we do, and we just make those into a printable format so people can take the PDF and print it out and take it to their event on Saturday night. And that is not something, we're not selling the music, it's just taking the lists that are out there, and you can find them anywhere, but we're just converting those into a format that you can go click, print, boom. Mm-hmm. Instead of you having to go out to the website, copy it down, format it into something that you can use. And I've had people, I can find that list online. Yes, you can, and go right ahead. It's there. You can do just what I do, but I'm doing this for 150 people, saving them an hour a week. Yeah. What's that 1 hour a week worth to you?
Absolutely.
And I know we do a recurrent chart, which, if you're not familiar with recurrents, are basically things that the kind of the fun songs that radio stations are still utilizing, but they are not in the top 50. We do a top 50 chart every other week. Recurrents 1 week. Top 50 is basically the top 50 that are going right now. And then we have another chart that is the Billboard Hot 100 singles from the U.S. And that can be country, can be whatever's hot right now. And it's kind of cool as you can see how long it's been in the top 100, if it's moving up a lot, moving down, where it's been this week, that week. Those charts for people who are not able to listen to the new radio as much as they would like are valuable charts to use, whether you get them from us or these printable or you go get them yourself. But those are definitely tools that DJs who just don't have the time to peruse the music like we used to when we were younger, definitely stuff to use. So that's all part of the insider area. Again, that's for people who really want to support these Monday night videos, these Monday morning videos, and the different things, like what we're doing tonight. That's the folks that really believe in that stuff and want us to be able to continue to offer that to the DJ industry.
Awesome. All right, John, do you watch MasterChef by any chance?
I have a little bit.
Don't you hate it when they're about to announce the winner and then Gordon Ramsay's like, and the winner of the greatest cooking competition in the world is, right after these announcements.
Could be anywhere from and maybe
we're live.
Part of that's Wirecast. We're back again.
It automatically moved us back. All right, John. Yeah, everybody's like, you're killing me, Ronaldo. Hey, at least it was only one commercial. It wasn't like something insanely long.
Wait.
So
if you're at a gig and you don't have fresh breath, you can try Eclipse Gum. Eclipse Gum will make your breath just a little fresher for that time the bride wants to come up there and just chew your ass for playing a shitty song. Eclipse Gum.
Here we go. Drum roll. And the winner is... anything else, just type your name so we can kind of see who is there and so forth. John, so what would you say is the fifth thing?
My last thing on my list of things that basically, and this one kind of surprised me. When I first started in this industry, I would have not guessed that this would have been something that I would be taking away from the DJ industry. And this is that my best friends that I have met in the world are coming from the DJ industry.
Mm-hmm.
I've met people from all corners of the world, literally, and some of them have really, we've developed a very deep relationship where they're basically, as up here in Minnesota, if I would need, there's any number of DJs I could call and say basically, oh my gosh, I need help. Can you be here tomorrow? And they would be. They'd jump on a plane and they would be there. And there's the same DJs if they called me and said, John, I need you. You just do that. And that's if somebody would have told me that back when in the day when we first started this and every DJ was basically, oh, I'm never going to talk to that person because they're probably going to steal all my ideas and steal my gigs. I would have never imagined that there would come a day that, my 10 best friends, excuse me, are DJs that I have met and they have been in my market at some point in time, many of them.
Absolutely.
And my, the 50 people I would really consider kind of my inner friends are all in that DJ world. So,
absolutely. Hang on one second, John. Hang on. Let's go ahead and pick the next one.
Okay. I got to go back to that page. Sorry, I was just off that. Mario, I'm not exactly sure if it's Gutierrez, Gutierrez.
Mario Gutierrez. Mario.
Gutierrez, thank you.
It's me.
Los Angeles, California.
Mario. Is his brother here? I wonder what his brother's name would be. Nah, I've just insulted all the Marios.
One fresh DJ, Mario.
All right, Mario again. You've got about 2 minutes from the recording of this, so basically a minute and a half on your end because I keep forgetting about YouTube on there. So, guys, again, please only put your name. Don't write anything else because it's really hard for me to be able to get it on here. Actually, yeah, Mario Gutierrez, one fresh DJ.
Yeah.
There he is. Mario, where are you at? Mario. All right, Mario, congratulations on winning. Give us a second. We'll get you set up in just a moment. John, finish.
There we go. Hey, yay.
All right. To continue with what John had said, you're absolutely right. I mean, I've personally done shows critiquing DJs. Obviously, this was a show critiquing DJs too. But, you're right. I mean, they do end up being our best friends.
Yeah.
I have several friends that are DJs, and, well, hell, when my wife went through some crap because of the surgery and everything else, a bunch of guys that I have no idea who the heck they are, guys and ladies who have no idea who they are, all got together and, help my wife out. And it's incredible. I mean, it really is one big, close family. It
really is. And when you first got into this, Arnaldo, would you have imagined that would have been the case?
No, when I first started, it was on DJ Chat. It was just
no.
It was just nonstop drama, and it was.
Yep.
And actually, if you look at the DJ groups now, there seems to be less and less and less drama.
And it just not to put a plug in for the Insider area, but that's one of the reasons why I like some of these private Facebook groups like that, the Insider area, is because you don't have the drama. You have people who are, and the guys have referred to it as a family, and it's really like that, where you're going to not have the drama. You're going to have, and yeah, there's always drama in a family. Don't get me wrong. As someone who has 6 children, you have that. But there's a level of respect and there's a level of mutual love basically for the other ones. And you want to encourage them and help them grow in whatever way you can.
Absolutely.
And that's part of it that, again, I wouldn't have thought, but my 5th one is basically that, my best friends in the world have now come from in the DJ industry.
Yeah, absolutely. John, anything else you would like to say to this awesome group of smartasses that all wrote your name when I said, please write your name?
Your name, yeah. I say your name, say your name. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We got to wrap. I've got to head over and get things ready because we're going to be coming back here in just a few minutes. But it was a lot of fun, Arnaldo. Thank you for having me on tonight to kick off your big event.
Thank you very much for being part of it, John. How does Mario get a hold of you?
I've got his email because he's on this list. So what I'll do is I'll set him up and send the link right out, and then he can log in and he'll have full access.
All right, Mario. So we're going to get you taken care of. Everybody else, tomorrow at 9 p.m., same bat place, same bat channel. Rest in peace, Adam West. But yeah, tomorrow, Greg D, your DJ drops. Remember, the more signups that happen, the more prizes will be given away. And I have no idea how I'm going to do that and homecoming at the same time, because that's what it seems to be playing into now. So
good stuff.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. John, thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you, my John.
As always, guys, everybody, have a great night, and God bless.